everyone. Good afternoon if you're live. Good morning, good evening if you're, or whatever when you're watching us. Today we're going to, I always agonize over which direction to put my mat, but we're going to start looking at more standing postures. What I do when I teach standing postures, I incorporate them into Salutation of the Sun so that I think it flows more naturally. It's easier to find the pose coming from certain other poses. So that probably doesn't make much sense, but just follow along. Remember, anytime, before we get started, anytime you're in downward facing dog, you can always decide to go to tabletop instead or all the way to child. Never forget that at any time, your practice is your practice. And it's really important that you listen to your body and sort of give it what it needs, including water. Don't ever forget the water. So in the spirit of Valentine's Day, I wore my Love Tank t-shirt. It'll last about probably 5 minutes. I'll end up in a tank top because I'll get too warm. But we're going to start standing up, and we are going to have a lot of relaxing stuff too. So if you're thinking this is going to be a hard class, I don't really think of yoga as hard or easy. There are moments that are challenging in every practice, but we're not going to speed through this. We're just going to take our time. So I think I am going to turn my mat just a little bit, and we'll go through a little quick reminder. Oh, yay. It's probably my phone. So sorry about that. I'm not going to answer it. As you all know, there's people all over the house working, and that's probably the case with you as well. Vincent, please hang up now. So anyway, we're going to rock and roll. Remember you know what? Let's start with mountain. Get yourself nice and solid. I, as you notice, maybe I'm rocking back and forth on my feet. That really gets my feet in touch with what I'm standing on, which actually is the earth. Under some concrete here, I'm in the basement, so this is earth. And it just makes me feel a little more centered. So think of your feet, if I haven't mentioned this to you before, think of your feet as having 4 corners. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 corners of your feet. The toes are not part of the corners. And try to imagine that all 4 corners of those feet are really pressed into the mat. Eyes of the elbows forward. Mountain is also known in an anatomy class as anatomical position. And people think that this is an easy pose. But really, when you think about it, eyes of the elbows forward, pulls your shoulder. In fact, I need to take my shirt off because I got to show you where my shoulders are. So when I'm in mountain, ear, shoulder, hip, knee, ankle, one long line. Remember, yoga is a geometry lesson. So we're always, but don't agonize over that. I always have students that say things to me like, I want to make sure I'm doing it right. These are goals that we work towards. We work towards improving our posture. 25 years of yoga, your mountain's going to be like that. But that doesn't mean it's what we imagine. We imagine that our body is in correct alignment. But if that's not comfortable for us, we find the sweet spot today. Today's version of the pose isn't necessarily perfection. So don't aim for perfection. Look for keeping your shoulders away from your ears. Look for keeping your elbows close to your rib cage in a lot of poses. Look for that, but don't agonize. That's not what's happening to you. So in our mountain, the palms of our hands are facing forward, ear, shoulder, hip, knee, ankle, one long line.
That's the yoga.
Not here, eyes of the elbows forward. and we come towards what we call the top of the mat. We call it the top of the mat, hi Joe, because we want to have a lot of room behind us. So what we're going to do is we're going to come to prayer position and we're going to rock and roll. I have in the past played music on these videos, but I'm the only person that ever hears it. So I'm just not going to bother. So feel free to play your own music, but make sure that you stay muted. So here we are in prayer. Remember, nice and low, knuckles together, pressing up to your level of comfort. If your wrists don't want to do that, just remember, not here, here. Press together here, feel the shoulders come up. Press together here, feel them low. So we're going to review Salutation of the Sun, and then we're going to throw some poses in. So we're not going to go too fast because we're not warm yet. So we're going to inhale, sweep the arms up, or you can do whatever feels right to you and find yourself maybe in a little back bend. This is extended mountain. And exhale with a flat back towards your forward bend. Now remember, your forward bend might be here, might be here, might be here. You're looking to get your hands, now I'm on 10 fingers as you see, to the outside of your feet. And that doesn't mean that you can't bend your knees. So remember, your forward bend is whatever it looks like to you today. And let yourself hang. It's your first forward bend. Ease your glutes towards the ceiling. Ease your heels towards the floor. That will always intensify your forward bend a little bit. Now we're going to come halfway out. Halfway out with a flat back. Head and glutes are parallel to the mat. So this, some people touch the floor here. I don't have long arms, but you can if you like. I call this fingertips flat back. It's a half forward bend, and it's exactly the same pose as staff. When you're sitting down, you're in staff. When you're reclined, you're in legs up the wall. So remember that. Our body makes the same shapes, whether we're standing, seated, reclined. Now we're going to step back with our left foot into that lunge. And if you like, come on up. Maintain your balance. You can always put knee and shin on the mat. Or you can keep your hands on the mat. Not here with the shoulders here. Maintain your balance by pressing away with your left foot. If you push back with the left foot, it helps hold you there. And exhale the fingers down. Bring the right foot to match the left. And guess what? We're in downward facing dog. Eyes of the elbows forward here. First dog of the day. So let's walk it a little or wag the tail. Ease into your downward facing dog. It's also my first dog of the day. So I'm just getting used to it too. Remember, you can always be here or here at any time you need to. Now, when you're ready, you're going to shift your weight forward. This is a full plank. If it isn't for you, any of those variations we've discussed in the past. Exhale down through chaturanga, elbows and biceps are right up against the rib cage. Inhale up, press. This is a big cobra. You can be here. Just keep those elbows into the rib cage, or upward dog is thighs off the mat. And then roll yourself back to downward facing dog. Ah, man, oh man, oh man, does that feel good. When you're ready, you're gonna look between the hands and you're gonna jump or walk your feet there. So walking your feet looks like this. Jumping your feet looks like that. Lost my balance a little bit. Inhale with a flat back. Extended mountain, exhale prayer. We're gonna do the same thing on the other side. And then we're gonna start throwing in some of our other standing poses that a lot of you probably already know. I just like to mix them in. I think it feels more natural that way. Inhale, sweep. Exhale, swan dive. Inhale, halfway out, fingertips flat back. And you can find a drishti, a gaze about 5-6 feet in front of you if you like. Exhale, but don't torque the neck too much. Exhale into your full forward fold. Stepping back with the right foot, finding our lunge. knee and shin up or down. And if you like, come on up. Push that right heel back to keep yourself there. Not here with the shoulders here. It's a lot of stuff to remember, but that's why yoga makes you calmer and more relaxed, because you're learning to focus on all these different body parts, all these different actions at the same time. Hands come down, right foot matches left, boom. We're back in dog. Inhale through plank, any plank of your choice. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale to cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog. Now, that little vinyasa that we did, you can leave that out at different parts during our next round. Now I'm lifting up my back leg. You can do this if you like or not. It just helps me bring that back leg so that my right foot is lined up with my right hand. I don't remember doing that before. Oh, that's right, because we jumped it in. And then bring your left foot to mat, your back and forward bend. Inhale up. Exhale, pray. So our next round, take a drink if you like. Our next round, we're going to start throwing in our warrior series and some triangles and a couple of stretches that go pretty well with that. So we're in great shape. So don't get overwhelmed. Just remember, break it down. It's a recording. You can watch it as many times as you like. And I'm D. Lewinsky at lfcc.edu, but everything goes in my trash there. But I will eventually find it. I don't know why I have these weird settings. Anyway, if you have any questions, I will eventually find your questions. If you're one of my students, you know my other email. So we're going to get ready, and we're going to start rocking and rolling again. We're going to start throwing in. That's the vanilla version of Salutation of the Sun. Now we're going to mix it up. We're going to add some color. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, swan down. Should be feeling a little more relaxed now. Inhale, fingertips flat back. Look, place the hands down. We're not going to crescent or monkey. We're just going to step back into our lunge. Now watch my left foot. Take your left foot and turn it parallel to the back of the mat so that your toes, now if that doesn't happen for you, that's okay, but that's sort of what you're aiming for. So you were here and you're just flipping where your heel is. You're just putting your heel down and facing your toes to the left. Now you notice that my left hand is up. Notice I'm still in a lunge here. My knee is not in front of my ankle. It's either behind or in the same line. Now I'm going to take my left arm. I'm going to cartwheel it up. And I'm going to sit down a little bit. Press through the outside of your left foot. Your gaze, your drishti, is over the middle finger of your right hand. This is warrior two. Hips are pointed to the left, not to the front, to the left. So the feet, where the feet go, the hip follows. Not here, here. Now flip the hands and relax them. Inhale the right arm up and let the fingers of the left hand just brush against the back of the thigh. Not here with the shoulder, here. Feel the rib cage open. This is reverse warrior. Got all that? Inhale back, exhale into warrior two. So now watch this. We're going to straighten our front leg, our right leg, but don't lock the knee, soft knee. Never lock that knee. I know that's hard for the dancers I got out there. Now look at my rib cage moving. I'm going to extend my rib cage as far forward as I can and reach with my right arm. And somewhere, my right arm is going to make contact with my leg or a block or the floor. So you can be here, you can be here, whoops, you can be here, You can be, whoops, inside the leg. You can be here. A lot of people like blocks with triangle. Wherever you are, a lot of people like the ankle. Wherever you feel right. Now take your left hand for a minute and stick it. Woo! I almost tipped over. Stick it on your left hip and turn your shoulder a little more towards the ceiling. And then open your hand again. And wherever your right hand is, you're going to feel a little more straight. Think geometry again. Think wrist, shoulder, shoulder, wrist. One long line. And also at the same time, my head and my glutes parallel. I'm not down here. Parallel. So if you're down here, back out a little bit into a more gentle version. Stay parallel to the floor. Make your head as far away from your glutes as you can. Nice long torso. This is triangle. Now take your left hand, place it inside, and you can bend your knees. Your feet don't have to be as far apart. Take that left hand, place it inside your right foot, and gently, this is a very challenging pose. If it feels good and you like it, if, raise your right arm. And if it feels good, look towards the ceiling. This is revolved triangle. So we always look for about 5 breaths in a pose. But we're not going to stay too long because we have a lot to learn. So when you're ready, check this out. We're going to take that right hand and put it on the outside. Blocks are fine here. Remember, use blocks any way you want. Put it on the outside of your right foot and gently, I mean gently, ease your chest towards your shin. Gently. Everyone's different here. My left foot has not moved. Everything I've done, I did it all in the same position. And when you're ready, guess what? Bend that knee, turn that left foot forward, and bring your right foot to match your left. We're right back in downward facing dog. Now here you can take a break in tabletop or child, or you can continue through the vinyasa with us. Inhale to plank, exhale chaturanga, inhale cobra or up dog, exhale, exhale down dog. Let's take that left foot, and remember, this takes a long time. It took me 8 months to learn this. Take the left foot and place it between the hands. If it doesn't go, remember, you can bend your knees anytime you need to. Let's say you take your left foot and it only comes to here. You just take your left hand and bring it. That's all. Bring your right foot to match. Inhale up. Exhale, pray. Guess what? We have 2 legs. So we're going to do that whole thing on the other side. But a lot of people just teach warrior, step back like this, and it just doesn't feel natural. When you're already in a lunge and you come up, you're there. So we'll do that again on this side and you'll see. Inhale, sweep, exhale, swan dive. Fingertips flat back. Ah, feels good. Exhale, let it drop. Now, stepping back with the right. Staying here in the lunge. Turning. This should be a little easier to see because now my foot's facing the camera. And I'm going to I'm on 10 fingers here. I'm going to take this right arm, boom, and there I am. I don't need to do anything else. My hips are facing directly 90 degrees from the top of the mat. And I'm right there, boom. My gaze is over the middle finger on my left hand. I let my shoulders relax a little more. My knee is either behind my ankle or in line with it, not in front. If you can't see your toes, pull your knee back, press through the outside. Imagine there's still a line down the middle of your body. Each foot is carrying the same amount of weight. I see people all the time putting all their weight on the front leg in warrior. Don't forget your back leg, especially now when you turn your hands. Lift Not here. And allow that finger of your right hand to graze the back of your thigh. Reverse warrior. Feel that rib cage open. Exhale back. Warrior two. Let's play. Straighten the knee. Don't lock it. Rib cage. Boom, as far as I can reach. Remember, every day different. Every person different. Both sides different. Oh, I won't reach into the block and I didn't get it. So you may find that your warrior that your triangle looks and feels different on one side of the body than it does on the other one. Take that right hand, put it on the hip, turning the hip up and out a little bit, allowing the shoulder to come in line, and think one long line, wrist, shoulder, shoulder, wrist. Imagine that that's one long line. Imagine that from your head to your glutes is one. I'm sure that looking at me, you don't see my head and my glutes absolutely parallel to the mat. But that's where our goal is. So we're going to take this right hand inside the left foot. Use blocks any way you want, if you need to, or if you want to. And when you're ready, if it feels good and you like it, and notice this shoulder, we know I have an issue with my left shoulder, that I had a frozen shoulder, so the shoulder doesn't come up as far. My revolved triangle is not the same on one side or the other, and really no one's is. When you're ready, hand comes back down, left hand on the outside of left foot, and gently, gently, gently allow your chest to approach your shin. This is also, it's actually called bound angle, but that's with all this cool binding that we're not going to do today. So this is just a wide angle, but it's a forward wide angle as opposed to this, which is also another thing you can do here. So let's do it. Bring your your left foot parallel to your right foot and let it hang. Bend your knees if you need to, let it hang, whatever that looks like for you. Maybe you're here, maybe you're here. Remember, we're in a forward bend. What do? We ease our glutes one way and we press our heels the other way. So we're pushing our heels into the mat, easing our glutes towards the ceiling, and everybody's going to look different here. And maybe later on in the semester, I'll teach you, unless you already know, some of you probably already know, that from here is very easy to go into a headstand. So we'll play with headstand toward the end of the semester. But here you are in your this is called wide-legged standing forward bend. It's exactly the same as wide-legged seated forward bend. We're going to walk our hands back up. We're going to turn our left foot forward. We're going to turn our right foot forward. And we're going to bring our our left foot to match our right, sorry. One more vinyasa if you want to do it. Here we are in dog. We're moving forward through plank. One long line. Ear, shoulder, hip, knee, ankle, one long line. Exhale down. Inhale up. And back to dog. Let's look between our hands and place that right foot in there. If it doesn't go, remember, just pick it up with your right hand and bring it. Bring your left foot to match. Inhale up. Exhale, pray. Now, we're going to take those few moments. Take that internal temperature. If you need a drink, take it, but then take a quiet moment. Check in with yourself. We've been 2:56, that's about 20 minutes out of your life. Check in. How do you feel different? You're like me, your heart rate may be up a little bit, might be a little itty bitty aerobic. That's okay. Just check in and notice, how do I feel different than I did before I started? In such a short time, I feel different. Maybe my shoulders are definitely more relaxed. Maybe that's happening for you as well. So this is usually the time before we come down. We're going to get ready to come down to the floor. I'm wondering, you know what? I didn't show warrior one. So I'm going to do a few more poses, but we're going to take out the vinyasa. Because a lot of people might be like, I don't feel like doing that dog to plank thing anymore. So let's just start here. Exhale down. Step back with our left foot again. Turn our foot parallel to the mat. Come back up, cartwheeling up. And here we are in warrior one. Don't forget. I don't know why I feel weird. I do feel weird though. This shoulder's not behaving very well for me today. Now look at this. Hips facing this way. We're going to take our left foot and we're going to turn it to about, pretend that the top of the mat is noon. That this is a big clock you're standing in. You're going to take your left foot and you're going to turn it to about 10 o'clock. Boom. And your arms are going to come forward. Not here, here. This is warrior one. Keep pressing through the outside of that back foot. This is warrior one. So check this out. We're going to move through a couple of different poses too. Now we're going to turn. I just really felt it was important not to leave out warrior one if we did warrior two and reverse warrior. A lot of people think that the feet are the same, and they can be, but it works better this way. Now, you're going to take that foot and you're going to make it parallel to the other foot and bring it a little closer, like this. And you're going to forward bend. Now, my feet are pretty far apart. It might be easier for you if you're a little closer to this. And I might want to grab the blocks. For a lot of people, this is a lot of intensity on the hamstring. This is pyramid. I'm on 10 fingers here, but blocks, whatever helps you to find your version of pyramid. Just allow, feel a little something, because this is exactly like fingertips flat back with different hands, okay? From pyramid, I'm gonna move this so you can see. You can put the hands on the mat if it feels good, or stay on the blocks or 10 fingers, and you're gonna lift your left leg. Imagine with your left foot that you're pushing away against an invisible wall. And you see I'm changing my hands a lot to find the perfect place. This is tripod. Now, depending on the day, I'm a little tired now, but I might as well show it. From tripod, it's pretty easy to get to half moon, and we haven't even started discussing half moon yet. But depending on the day, if you turn the foot and keep pressing, sometimes the arm comes up and you can start approaching half moon from here. So for those of you that like to practice half moon, getting into half moon from pyramid is fun. Now, we're going to bring that foot right back down and we're going to step back with the right foot. Turn it out, cartwheel up. Woo! The very fallible instructor. So human. So human. Oh my gosh. And this is really going to be on YouTube for posterity. Okay, so now we're taking that right foot and we're going to about 2 o'clock. Hips, shoulders, everything. See, if you're here, the hips are going to stay turned out. That's why you move the foot a little bit. Then hips and shoulders can face the top of the mat. And you're in warrior one. And you're breathing, and you're chilling, and you're squeezing. And when you're ready, you're going to take that back foot, turn it parallel. It's like railroad track. They're not behind each other. They're parallel, hip width. everybody's different. But then you're gonna straighten that front leg and come down, find your pyramid. So you might be here, you might be here, you might be here. But just make sure that the feet are both facing forward and that they're hip width apart. So you're literally like on a railroad track. And you really should feel a little something. If it's not enough, there's all kinds of things you can do to increase the intensity. You can try to put your elbows on the floor. That usually ought to do it. Okay, from here, guess what? Boom. We are going to press away. So I'm moving my hands around, and you can use your blocks any way you want. And here we are in tripod. Tripod, that was pyramid before. So we're breathing, and we're chilling, and we're imagining. I'm not parallel to the floor, but I imagine that I am. Now I'm going to keep pressing away against that imaginary wall with my flexed foot, and I'm going to turn it out towards the side. I'm going to move my hand, and depending on the day, sometimes I find half moon. Every day different. Today it ain't happening. But if you are, that's cool, because we're just practicing together. And that's where we would find it. When you're ready, bring them together. Inhale it up. I'm good and sweaty now. The posing fool that I am. Okay, and we're in good time. We're in really good time. I hope some of you are still with me. The balance pose that we're going to learn today is eagle. Yeah, let's do eagle this week. Okay, so as most of you know, I don't balance, although half moon is a balance, and I did it on the mat on one side. Especially having carpet with a mat is very challenging. So eagle looks like this. Cross one leg over the other, foot on the mat or the floor, wherever you are. I actually turn mine under, but you can keep the toes splayed out if you like. And then I've got my right leg over my left. So that means I inhale, my arms open, and my left arm comes over my right. And I've taught eagle arms. I've shown you, demonstrated eagle arms for you in the chair poses that we did in November or December. So these are eagle arms again, mixed with eagle legs. Now, there's more to eagle. And my drishti, my gaze, is going to go out the window behind the camera. And I'm going to sit down a little bit. And depending on the day, and just like I came close to the wall, so if you need to tap, you can tap. It's a little hard though, because how your arms are. But you can tap the floor, sit, and some of you are going to wrap this leg right around the other leg, and the toes are going to come out the other side. Now, when we practiced tree a couple weeks ago, I don't know if I mentioned, when you're ready, unwrap, shake it out, cross the left leg over the right, inhale the arms open, cross the right arm over the top. Gonna look and feel different on this side. Practice tree every day when you brush your teeth. If you weren't here for last time, I'll quickly review tree. And as you get more and more comfortable balancing, while I do one side of my mouth, I stand on one leg. I'm going to sit quietly for a second because my leg does it. And you know what? See, my foot's not wanting to come off the floor today. Every day different. Some days you're not going to balance on one leg. It's just not going to happen for you for whatever reason. You can't beat yourself up. Just every day. Every day. Doesn't matter where your foot goes. Every day, while you're brushing your teeth, practice a little balance. And eventually, now I brush my teeth in Warrior 3, in big toe. You know, these are things we haven't even gotten to yet. I'm imagining, because I do this all the time. It's for those of you that say, my balance is not good. That's one of the best ways that you can develop better balance and feel more comfortable. So guess what we're going to do? We're going to get ready to chill out a little bit. Yeah, we've worked pretty hard. Inhale up, exhale, sit. Sit in chair. Sit in chair. Really imagine that most disgusting public toilet, and you got to go and you're not touching it. Even lift the toes off the mat to let your weight sink deeper into your heels. Inhale, sweep it up. Just because we can, let's do it again. This is really the last work pose we're going to give you. This is really at the end of the working phase. When you've had enough, find your version. I'm going to turn myself this. So I'm in chair, right? Whenever you've had enough, you just find your way. It might look like this. It might look like this. Whatever works for you. So I'm going to ease myself down to garland and just relax here. If this is basically what you're looking for is that deep relaxation in your lower back. So if you're here, just find that place and let it hang wherever it is for you. Find that place. That's where you want to be. You're always looking. We give you so many alignment cues and different body cues that it's overwhelming how many students and instructors, because I work with other instructors as well, talk about, I'm not sure I'm doing this right. You know that it's right if it feels good to you. Look for the benefit. Sit on down. When you're practicing yoga, the physical practice of yoga, hatha yoga, the most important thing you can do is look for how it makes you feel better now. Pardon me. Since we did a little wide-legged forward bend while we were standing, let's wide-legged forward bend seating. Now, how do you find wide-legged forward bend? Like so many different poses. Make sure that my feet show. Like so many poses, your body tells you how to find the pose on any given day. You use your heels. Your heels tell you how far apart they want to go. So you just walk them out without lifting your glutes. Remember, how do we sit? Our glutes never leave the mat. We feel these bones. And if you can't feel them, what do? You lift your feet a little bit and rock until you feel those bones. Then your heels will tell you how far apart they want to go on any given day. So when you're ready, arms optional. Inhale them up, not here. And exhale, you can be here, you can walk them out, you can go down the leg, whatever feels right to you. Just let go. Just let go to your edge, your point of gentle tension. And actually, if it's too intense, a lot of people don't do this every day. I mean, this is what I do. This might not be comfortable for you. So blocks are great for stopping you from going too deep. So you can use the block to find that edge. Like say this is my edge. This is how far I want to go. But I want to relax into it. The block allows me to not have to hold myself up so that my arms aren't doing something and I'm just experiencing the benefit of this hip, inner thigh, and even a little bit of hamstring opening. Because I'm still opening my hamstrings because I'm pushing my heels in one direction and I'm pushing my glutes backwards. So all straight-legged forward bends involve pushing the heel one way, pushing the glute the other way. in the physical practice of yoga, so much of what we do is about pressing two things together, or pulling two body parts apart. And in most poses, we're doing a whole bunch of that. Like tree, all tree is pressing your foot against your other thigh or your other shin and pressing the shin back against the foot. Prayer, we press each hand into the other hand. So here we press our glutes one way, we press our heels the other way, and we intensify. Now, if you ever want to go deeper, you start working on that by putting the hands underneath. And then eventually, depending on the day, they sometimes find their way behind the leg. And that pose is called turtle. And you work on turtle if you want to intensify your, so I have a lot of students always saying, I want to be more flexible. There's two ways you get there, by slowly experimenting and by not backing out of the pose, to back out to the point of gentle tension, but then hang. I'm still in wide-legged forward bend. So even though I've backed out, I'm still in the pose. The longer you hang in the pose, the more comfortable, the more quickly your body will become comfortable in the pose. So we're going to turn and just allow. Without this glute is still on the mat, we're just going to allow this to happen. Wherever that is for you, whether it's here, whether it's here, whether you're all twisted around and your spine is on your knee, it doesn't matter. Every person is different. Two ways you can find the, and while I'm over here, what really matters is what is my left knee doing? What is my left glute doing? It really doesn't matter how close I am to my foot. People, and remember, see my shoulder making its way towards my ear? Don't let that happen to you. While you're over here, what's most important is what's happening over here. This knee is still pointing towards the ceiling. Don't let it roll in or out. So then I keep my foot flexed. It doesn't matter whether your foot's flexed, pointed, relaxed. It matters that the glute is still on the mat and that the knee's still on the mat. There's two ways you can get to the other leg. Depending on your level of comfort, you can walk yourself over, or you can lift out, hinge from the hip, turn the hip flexors towards this leg and move down. And guess what? If you're like me, it feels different over here, but it doesn't matter. What matters is my right knee still pointing at the ceiling? Is my right glute still pressed into the mat or floor? See, I inhale out a little bit and exhale into a more gentle, comfortable version. Anytime you feel like you're too deep, it's too intense, inhale out, exhale, find something more comfortable. And of course, stop yourself. Take a rest on your block, and you can chill and hang and not be working in the pose. When you're in a deeply stretchy pose, it's best if you hang without working. That's why using the blocks or just letting yourself go is so helpful. When you hang without working, your stretch reflex kicks in and it does the work for you. I'm going to teach you one more seated pose. I'm going to demonstrate for you one more seated pose that is very fun for me. Most of my students hate it. I love it very much. And if you're an outward rotator, you'll like it. If your outward rotation is this, inward rotation is this W sit. You know, this bad boy here, where the feet come out to the side, doesn't come naturally to me. Those are, you're inwardly rotating your hip. That's not what I am. I'm a natural outward rotator. I still work on inward rotation because I want to have a balanced body, but it will always come much more naturally for my foot to go this way than to go that way. And there are many people that are exactly the opposite. They inwardly rotate easily. So anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to play a little bit. This might not come naturally to you either, so put one heel on the mat. And if your knees are bent, you don't have to be all straight like me. In fact, if you do straighten, no locking, okay? But once you find those glutes, so you're going to play Russian dancer. You're going to be like those guys that kick their feet out while they're down here, right? And if it feels good and you don't need to put your foot to the mat, get a little balance practice. And the next time your left leg is in front, take it and place it directly in front of you, parallel to the front of your mat. I'm not on the mat anymore, but most of you are. So you want your left leg directly in front of you. And then you're going to take this right foot and swing it over without lifting this glute. If your glute's off the mat, come back. So you know what? I'm going to move my mat. I'm going to sit on the mat and show you this. So here I am, parallel to the front of the mat. I swing my leg over. My knees are lined up. This is not probably where most people are. If this glute is traveling up, maybe you're here today. Maybe you're here. Maybe you're there. If your knee finds its way to the top of your other knee, that's great. If it doesn't, that's great too. I'm going to turn to the side for a second because this is what you really don't, this is cow face. When you're in cow, if you're like this to try to get yourself there, back up and come back out. You are much better off in this version of cow face, sitting up straight, than if you're all the way here and you got to be like here to find it. This is what you don't want to do to yourself. It's what you don't want to do. So be kind to you. Find the place where you can discover something comfortable. And if it's even here, that's okay. You're just getting used to the idea of stacking your knees. And it may be years and years before that happens. This goes with the arms. If you feel comfortable, allow your foot to find where it goes nicely. And your right glute is still on the mat. And we're sitting in cow face. Reach behind you, 10 fingers behind you, almost like you're bringing yourself into a little back bend. So allow the shoulder blades to find each other. We're nice and tall here. And if it feels good, come forward ever so gently to the point of gentle tension. You're going to feel something happening in the sides of your hips. This is cow face forward bend. If you don't like it, if it doesn't feel good, don't do it. Now, arms optional. Right knee's on top. So left arm comes up. I cannot cow face arms without a strap. Lots of you youngsters are going to be able to do this. Bend your arm, look for the strap, and find it. Or look for your hand. I use my fingers to walk my hands closer together. In my young days, they were all over each other. And then you can grab them and go back and forth, and it feels great. But my shoulders have been through some stuff. And if you like, repeat the forward bend, but don't be, if you got to start hunching, don't do it. Find where it's comfortable for you. Oh man, does that feel good? Go a little deeper. Yes. That's what you're always looking for in yoga. That yes, that yeah kind of thing. That's what you want to happen to you. And when you're ready, if it feels really good, go ahead and surrender to your cow face. Many instructors speak and behave differently than I do. I'm deeply reverent, but when you're ready, guess what? But I'm myself, and myself is a kind of kooky, gregarious, nutty person from New Jersey, and I don't have that gentle, breathy yoga talk. I do sometimes when you're in Savasana. When you're ready, next time your right leg's in front, parallel to the mat, swing the left one over. I guarantee it's going to feel different. Make sure that glute isn't off the mat. It's going to look and feel different. Get nice and solid. If you like, come forward. Most students either love cow face or hate it. Cow face is one of my favorite poses. In fact, I didn't even know it was a yoga pose. I thought I invented it when I was about 13 years old as a way to sit on the floor in high school without people seeing under my skirt. I could put my skirt over my knees and I could just sit down and feel comfortable. It was years later that I discovered this was a yoga pose because I knew zilch about yoga. When you're ready, guess what? Add the arms if you like. And of course, as you know, cow face arms can be done anytime. They're a great chest opener. They squeeze the shoulder blades together and open the chest. And you'll find probably like I do, that on one side, your hands are it's much easier to bring them together than on the other side. Because every day different, if you like, come forward, but not here. Don't lose alignment to go deeper into a pose. You're better off backing out and staying aligned. You actually will develop flexibility more quickly because your body knows where the right place is for your joints to go. And if it feels good, go ahead and surrender to that cow face. Let it go. Oh my goodness, we got to do pigeon next time. Next time will be a big hip opener time. This is a little hip opener. Next time we'll pigeon and we'll really open some hips. Perfect timing. Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. And we're going to prepare for Savasana. Now's the time. If you got a little warm, now's the time I didn't bring socks. I usually bring socks down with me. A blankie. Have it nearby, put socks on. I'm going to put my top on, warm up a little bit as we begin to slow down. Already, and like we always do, we're just going to move our glutes as close, as comfortably possible. Comfortably is the operative word, not close, not possible. Close as comfortably possible to our heels. And we're going to roll it on down. I'm actually a little too close to the end of the mat. So everybody's different. Wherever it feels good to you, where you feel a nice little something, something here. And we're going to bridge. And we're going to bridge. So when you're ready, there's a number of ways to approach bridge. You can just take the palms of your hand and press them down and ease your knees away. People think about lifting their glutes. Just think about pulling your knees away from your hips and you'll find bridge just fine without having to think, oh, I got to lift my glutes. Now there's other ways to find bridge. Remember camel? So you can clasp your heels as if you're in camel and just pull your knees away. You can make a nice little vinyasa called moving bridge. Inhale the arms up. Keep the shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, let it go. Inhale up. Whatever feels good to you. Or you can do a full bound bridge where you find the other hand under, roll the shoulders towards each other, press the forearms into the mat, clasp, and push. Push the arms down. Press the hands against each other. But guess what? You know that clasped hands, you got to switch them. So here I am, right? Don't take your hands out. Just put the other thumb and fingers on top. Switch the fingers if you're clasped. And notice, immediately, as soon as you change which thumb and fingers are on top, when your hands are clasped, something happens to your shoulders. That's why it's so important that we switch our hands. If you're a hand clasper, switch your thumbs. It changes your whole shoulder girdle after a while. Almost everyone puts the same thumb on the top all the time. This is a very important little thing to remember that will really matter to you when you're 60. When you're ready, bring your knees up. If it feels good, give them a little rock. We're just going to do a final twist. Nice easy twist today. Tabletop twist. We're going to imagine that our shins are parallel to the mat. We're going to let them drop one way. Do not allow, whichever way. I went to the right. If you went to the right, make sure that your left shoulder doesn't come off the mat. If it does, adjust. Adjust whatever you have to make sure that shoulder doesn't come off the mat. When you're ready, inhale them up. Exhale, let them drop the other way. Oh, I've run into a block. Shoulder in reclined poses. Shoulders can move around to help you go deeper or less deep into a pose, but they never leave the mat. When you're ready, inhale it up. Nice double wind relieving. Maybe just bring the feet up, give them a little circle. Notice as soon as you make circles with your ankles while you're laying on your back, notice that immediately you feel your lower back ease in to the mat more. Why does moving my ankles change my back? The same reason that switching my thumbs changes my shoulders. It's the kinetic chain. When you're ready, go long. It's the one time it's okay for the shoulders to touch the ears. Let it go. No, I don't know that song from Frozen. My kids were adults. All I know is it goes, let it go, and I'm not going to sing it now. Yes, that feels so good. Now you're going to take those fingernails. Your palms are already up, and you're going to drag them, make the greatest, most gigantic snow angel that you can with your fingertips. And you'll know where to stop. You'll just stop when your hands are about 12 to 18 inches from your hips, and your body will tell you. Allow your feet to come out to the side, and your shoulders should just be melting into the mat. If you don't have socks on or a blanket, this is definitely the time. But now you want to be as still as possible. If you're very, very still, you may already notice your palms, the bottom of your feet, vibrating with your oxygen that you're pumping through your blood vessels. And you just increased your oxygen uptake a great deal. I guarantee it. So you're going to stay there. And you're going to keep resting. And I'm going to hold this space for you. You just keep hanging. Pay attention. Notice, is there anywhere on your body as you're laying in Savasana, corpse pose, is there anywhere that you feel residual tension? There's a couple ways that you can address that. You can take that body part and squeeze it really, really tight, or you can just take every muscle, and just squeeze it tight, and let it go. We call that Sigra Shavasana. Then you can take your muscles and open them and let it go. Or you can just, if that's not your cup of tea, you can just relax. And of course, now you're noticing your breath. You're paying attention to the exhalation. Focus on the exhalation, and the inhalations will take care of themselves. Every time you exhale, allow your navel to approach your spine. Allow your spine to approach the mat, and you're going to stay, and you're going to relax, and you're just going to enjoy it. Remember, this deeply relaxed person is the real you. No matter where you are, who you're with, what you're doing, or what is happening to you, you can always return here to this peace that lives always in you. I hope you'll join me in Stay where you are, a mental bow to yourselves, and thank yourselves for taking this time to honor and care for your beautiful bodies, your brilliant minds, your loving hearts, and your radiant spirits. Namaste. I honor the light in you that is the same as the light in me. And thank you so much for practicing with me today.